Good day, everyone. It's me, Puina. I would like to welcome you back to Puina's Tech Light channel. Today's agenda will be Python programming data types. Also, I will be covering the numeric or number data types. Let's go ahead. Let me click onto the next slide. Python data types. Though different languages may handle variable types uniquely, most are quite similar. Python variable types, like the rest of the language, and quite simple. Variable types are determined by the value stored within the variable. Unlike most other languages, keywords like int, string, or bool are not required in Python, which means when you define an integer value of the variable, you don't have to define the keyword int, string, or bool. But in most of the other programming languages, you need to define these keywords. As Python supports type interferencing, the most general computable variable type is chosen. Every value in Python has a data type. Since everything is an object in Python programming, data types are actually classes and variables are instances of these classes. Python stores the type of an object with the object and checks when the operation is performed whether that operation makes sense for that object. This is called dynamic typing. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Built-in data types. Python's built-in or standard data types can be grouped into several classes. Sticking to the hierarchy scheme used in the official Python documentations are numeric types, sequences, sets, mappings, and few more are not discussed further here. So you can check out on the Python website and you can find it out. Numeric types. Numeric types are int. Int means integers. And it was equivalent to C-longs in older Python version, which is 2.x, and non-limited length in newer version Python 3.x. Second, long. Long integers of non-limited length, and it only exists in Python older release version 2.x, but this has been removed in newer versions 3.x. It has been same as the int. Float. Floating point numbers equivalent to C doubles. And the last one is the complex numbers. Let's off to the next slide. Sequences. First one, string, represented as a sequence of 8-bit characters in Python 2.x. but as a sequence of Unicode characters in Python 3.x. Bytes, a sequence of integers in the number which ranges from 0 to 255, and it's only available on the newer Python release version 3.x. Next, byte array, like bytes, but mutable, only available in Python newer version 3.x. List, I will not go into detail about list, but I will go into it deep dive in the next uh, tutorial after this tutorial. Next is tuple. Again, I'll not go through much, but for now just know the terms. Okay, next data type is sets. Set, it's an unordered collection of unique objects available as a standard type since Python 2.6. Frozen set, like set but immutable, available as a standard type since Python 2.6. When we talk about immutable, I'll let you know. I'll explain what is mutable and immutable in the coming up slides. Well, next, off into the next slide. Next data types is mapping. Dic, these are Python dictionaries, also called hash maps or associative arrays, which means that an element of the list is associated with a definition, rather like a map in Java. Some others, such as types and callables. Okay, let's hop to next slide. Now coming to mutable and immutable objects, let me explain you. In general, data types in Python can be distinguished based on whether objects of the types are mutable or immutable. The content of objects of immutable types cannot be changed after they are created. So when that object, for example, the tuple, which I have mentioned in the previous slides, once you create the tuple, you cannot change. So this is one of the example. Let's go to next slide so that we will be able to know what object types, data types are mutable and immutable. There you are. So there are some immutable types and some mutable types. For example, in float complex, there are immutable: string, byte, tuple, frozen set, bool. These are all immutable. Mutable types: array, byte, array, list, set, dictionary, etc. Okay, let's hop to the last slide. As I said, I will be covering numeric or number data types. So integer, floats, and complex. These are used in Python. Long, as I said, it's not used anymore. It has been removed from on the Python new release versions, which is in 3.x. So let me just give you example so that we can find out what data type they are when we define the variable, so we can check with the command print type. Okay, so in order to do this, you should have Python installed on your system, and if you haven't installed the Python on your system, there is a Python installation tutorial. You can check out my video list. The first tutorial is on how to install Python on Windows 10 and also applies to all the Python, sorry, in all the Windows operating systems. Okay, now let me open my Python idle. So let me type Python. So when I type Python on my Windows 10, so I can see it is installed, and the version is 3.7, and this is for 64-bit. Okay, let me click on this to open it. Bear with me, it takes some time to process and to open the Python idle, where we can do, run these examples. So this is the Python idle shell. Okay, so now let me put on this right side, and you can see the examples, and at the same time you can see the Python shell. Okay, so let me just try the first example for integers. So let's take a as a variable, and let's give the value 12. Now let's hit enter. Now the Python has stored the variable a, and the value is 12. First, let's check by using print. By the way, if you are very new to Python and if you haven't written any code, you can check out my videos is there. It should be second tutorial, I think, how to write first Python code. Alright, so let's check whether the value is printed correctly or not. Yes, it's correct as expected. We're getting the value 12. Now let's check the data type, and we can use the command type and put the variable inside. This command type will check the variable a, what type of numeric Python data types it is. Now I have given the syntax. Now let me hit enter so that we can understand what type of data type it is. There you go. So it's a class int, integers. Well, we're getting what we expect. Let's hop into second example, plots. Okay, plots, as you know, it always come with decimal dot. So 12.00, this is the example, and let me hit enter, and let me first check whether we have, the Python have stored the value correctly or incorrectly. Yes, perfectly. Okay, now let us check what data type the variable b is. Okay, the same command, and you need to hit enter. That's it. Well, as expected, the class is plot, the data type numeric data type, and it is plot. We're getting what we expect. The last one is the complex. Let's check it out. C equals 1 plus 2z. Okay, then print C. Okay. Okay, sorry about this. So when we define the complex, we can't print out, not that. So this is the complex data type. So that is the reason. So if I do print, okay, let me try one more time, but it will not print. Sorry, it will print, but I'm sorry about that. So you can see here when I print, okay, so it's keep throwing me some error. So why the error we can understand from here? It says name error and the name print is not defined. Why? Because when we defined, we haven't given uh, the correct way. So we have used the capital P. As you know, the Python is a case sensitive, and that is the reason, okay, why we are getting the error. So it okay, let me do again this way. See, still, even though if I give the white spaces, it doesn't make any sense. So Python, you can check out my another video of on Python variables and strings. It will cover uh, the variable types. So Python is case sensitive. So print and print, you can see even though by meaning they are same, but as the second one, it has capital P. Capital P, which is uppercase. Because of that, Python is not able to recognize. So that is why it is throwing the error. Please note that when you use print, it should be always in all lower cases. Okay. Now, finally, let's check what we are looking for. The data types, print type, then C, closing, closing. Okay, C. All right. So this is the command again, same command using the type, and it will give us what data type it is. Okay, enter. Well, we are getting what we expect. Class complex. To summarize, I have gone through the Python different data types, and I have covered lastly one of the Python data types, numeric or number types, which are integers, floats, and complex. In next video, I will take up some of the major Python data types. And if you really like this video, please do like the video, and please do not forget to subscribe so that in my next videos uploads, uh, you will get the notifications. And if you have any comments or something like that, feel free to comment anything what you feel in the below comment section. And thank you so much, and see you till then. Bye.